YouTube. Welcome to another episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier with the League of Geeks. This is Lil.
And this is Steve.
And this is subscribe, and you better subscribe, and you better subscribe, and you better subscribe. This is Sean. So, this week was an hour-long episode.
It was a long episode,
yeah,
right?
It was a very long episode.
61 minutes, and we had an end credits stinger.
Yeah.
61 minutes. I mean, you're talking about like 40 minutes shy of a full-on movie.
Yeah.
But the playing field is open, and this is what
man.
we get. The last episode next week. I don't know.
This you know what this episode was, Sean? This was the calm before the storm.
Yeah, this is the calm before the storm, the filler before the storm. Oh, you want this? Oh, well, this is going to be here. Oh, well, you want this? Oh, we're going to get this because it's coming. Oh, you want this? Oh, well, we give you this too. Oh, you want this also? Oh, well, we're going to give you this as well. Like, they just gave us every little tidbit in this episode. It was just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to throw a little string out to you, and I'm going to give you a little bit of bait. I'm going to get you with it, but I'm going to take it all back because they're about
You don't know anything about fishing.
They about no, I don't fish. No, but I do got a fishing merit. I do got a fishing merit badge, Steve. So watch your mouth.
You're catching them bluegills out there. Woo.
Yeah, it's the Black Scouts, man. Black Scouts don't play that shit. We get badge for everything.
Catfish.
Yeah. But man, yeah, man, it's just they hit it on the head, man, and it just kept going and going and going. I just love it.
Let's start talking about
this
what the
fight. This wasn't my favorite episode, but it did start off a little. You were saying this did start off with an amazing fight. I mean,
yes,
Bucky and Sam versus John Walker.
It's a fight that mirrored. It's a fight that mirrored Civil War. It's a weird thing if you look at this episode. John Walker here kind of takes on a different. He's been the I don't want to say doppelganger of Captain America, but like the opposite of what Captain America stands for. But then in this episode alone, from this to the end credits, kind of taking an Iron Man vibe, because you're looking at Bucky, Falcon, both against Iron Man, just like in that Civil War fight scene.
Is it me, or am I the only one that like kind of has some sympathy towards this cat? Like he's talking when he's doing that court scene and he's like, you built me and like I did everything you asked me to do. Like you're like, man, like I mean, yeah, he took it a little too far in the last episode, but I definitely think that they're hitting the right stride with the sympathetic villain angle.
They are.
I think
they are.
He does have the sympathetic villain role.
And he is. I agree. I mean, but the thing is this is also. I mean, it's like tenfold. Like there's all these layers to it. This is like how a lot of military veterans feel about how the U.S. government treats them. It's like once they're used up, once they're gone. They're wasted. But yet they've I mean, you look at a lot of comparisons to like the first Rambo movie. Remember Rambo? I mean, Rambo had almost a similar speech when he was yelling at the cops there about how they built him, how they treated him. He didn't want to go fight in that war. I mean, look at the crazy parallels here.
It was fucked up. It was fucked up. We taking your insurance. Like, God damn.
They told the
pension, everything.
They said no benefits. I was like, fuck.
That shit hurt. That shit hurt. When you heard no benefits, I was like, damn. I was like, I ain't give a fuck about nothing else. When they said no benefits, I was done.
You know how to know you're old? When you heard no benefits, you were like, what the fuck?
You worry about the villain's insurance. You're like, damn, he's gonna pay that medical himself?
Yo,
benefits,
that shit hurt.
Goddamn.
That shit hurt.
That's cold.
No pension? That shit hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
good luck
that hurt everybody over 40. Motherfuckers was like, the younger people were like, we don't give a fuck. When they said they was like, oh shit, like, he needs to become a villain.
You have to be like already owning your own house to hear no benefits and go, oh fuck. Oh, fuck.
But I mean, but going back to the fight too. I mean, like that fight. I mean, they broke his arm. Like, he ripped Falcon's wings off.
You got no benefits. What's he gonna do with that broken arm, bitch?
Oh yeah, that shit got healed, and then we go. You can't go to doctors because you gotta pay a fucking bill. Like fuck that. Hydra, hell Hydra.
Well, I mean, look at it this way. Like, at least that super soldier serum is going to get that healing factor out tenfold, you know, so he's going to heal a lot quicker.
Yeah, but you know what? His superhero syndrome is not as...
Yeah, what did he do?
Tight.
Did he drink it?
Yeah.
What did he do?
We don't know.
It's not tight, though. You know, like
I didn't really care for the Julia Louis-Dreyfus cameo here as being like, this is the big cameo, this is the big thing, and like I know she's a comic book character that has a lot of history with Nick Fury and all kinds of stuff, and I didn't do the deep dive on her character. I'm not familiar with it, but I just kind of felt like,
Yo,
like
that shit fucked me up because I thought it was Veep. You know, I was like, that's Veep. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now?
What am I watching?
yeah, so big.
Here's the thing, though. This was the tie-in to Black Widow. She's gonna be in Black Widow too.
Oh, she is.
Okay.
Remember they were talking about like they have to have Black Widow released at a certain point because of Falcon and Winter Soldier. There's a tie-in, and this character is in Black Widow, I believe, on IMDb and everything. It was already.
Well, we should have already known who she was. See, if Black Widow was already released, then this might have been a bigger cameo for me.
Could have been, yeah. I mean, especially because if you don't know the backstory and the history, then definitely.
Yeah.
The thing is she could be playing. It can go very, very big. You know, she'll have potentially Secret Invasion things, like we said with Black Widow, and future things. I don't know how they're going to build her character. Her character is. It's not like she's super, you know, important. Kind of like the Power Broker too. Like the Power Broker has his few arcs in the comics, and then like he kind of disappeared. And same with Val. You know, I mean she was in the '60s with Nick Fury. You know, like as Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah. She was in this. I think it's Femme Force. You know, it was like the first superhero women, and with Agent 13 and all of them. Then she disappeared for a while. Then she showed back up. Then she became Madam Hydra, which is like, you know, Sean. I mean, because he knew I watched it already. We knew you didn't. He texted me Madam Hydra, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, that's if that's where it's gonna go with the Madam Hydra kind of Viper type angle. That could be huge. Bringing back Hydra, which is what I want. I want Hydra to be a big thing here in this universe still.
Yeah.
Which might, I mean, they might take a spin on the Hydra Cap angle with John Walker. You know, maybe we get that suit, the Hydra Cap suit with John Walker in that suit. You know, something like that.
Hello. You know where this is going. You've been saying it the whole time. You've been saying it the whole time. No, I'm not gonna go with the Power Broker.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say. You know where this is going to lead to. You know we're going to get another show, and it's going to be called what?
U.S. Agent.
No.
Right?
No.
What do you, well, I don't know what the fuck.
We're getting the Suicide Squad of the Marvel Universe, dog.
We're getting the Thunderbolts.
We're getting the Thunderbolts.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're giving it to you right
well,
here.
I mean,
like Jeopardy.
Oh, Zemo. Oh, you know we're gonna put you in a fucking facility where everybody fucking escaped.
We're gonna put you in the raft where everyone's at.
When the Dora Milaje said we're gonna take him to the raft, I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, why?
Like,
why
Cat broke in there. Cat broke in there with a fucking paper airplane. What are we doing? Like,
yeah, and who's running the raft? Thunderbolt Ross.
Thunderbolt Ross. Dog, this is the Thunderbolts, man. This is where we at, dog. This is gonna be fun.
I agree. I mean, I do see Thunderbolts happening. I do see Young Avengers happening again because they brought Elijah back, even though it was just a short little thing in the back. But again, you don't have that kid even have a line if you're not going to be planting
for no
the
reason
seeds,
at all.
You know, so it's like you got that. You got Kate Bishop showing up. She's getting a bigger show. You got Ms. Marvel coming up with a bigger show. So it's like all these seeds are dropped and it's going there. But talking about here, I did love that Bucky went and basically, you know, turned over Zemo. You know, found him, knew where to go find him.
Man, when Bucky dropped those bullets, I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, how did I not? Did we all watch the same trailer where Zemo dropped the bullets?
No,
like,
it was Bucky that dropped the bullets in that.
Maybe, but we never talked about that. We never said like, oh, there's the fucking Bucky hand dropping the bullets. We always just thought that it was Zemo dropping the bullets.
Listen. As long as Zemo's not dead, I'm okay with this.
And he's not. And you know he's coming back. You know. I'm telling you, there's so many things here because we can go with Thunderbolts. We can then, piggyback off into Dark Avengers. You know, with that, especially if they start bringing
don't
in
say Dark Avengers. Oof.
Did she tell him not to come back to Wakanda?
She did tell him not to come back. She said you better not come back to Wakanda for a while.
I was like, damn.
Because probably a lot of them are pissed. They're gonna have to smooth it over.
But he still asked for a favor and still got like, what's in the box? Like, what the fuck is? I mean, it's got to be his Captain America.
It's his suit,
right?
It's his suit.
Of course, it's made out of vibranium.
It's
dog.
a way.
Like,
it's
in
a
the
way
comics,
to power. Yeah, it's a way to power him up without taking the serum. You know what I mean?
Listen,
and then also on top of that,
Black Panther with wings.
Well, no, because Black Panther took.
I'm ready for that.
You know, Black Panther took. But what I like about these parts in between here, before we got the suit, was I liked him going back, to talk with why am I drawing a blank on his name now? Isaiah.
Oh, the kid.
No, Isaiah.
Isaiah. Yeah.
I like that. I thought that was. I mean, because you got that Truth, Red, White, and Black series right there. You know, like there's changes there, but you got that. Do I wish we had flashbacks where we got to see his shit?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I thought it was coming. I thought that was.
Do you think because of the popularity of this that Marvel's going to do a one-shot TV movie? I think maybe.
I think a TV show, though. I think they'll just do a TV show.
I think
they could do the whole
They could do a whole
shit.
Hour and a half thing, TV movie, Sean. Because what it could be is him finally opening up to his grandson.
Here's how that could work, because that could work into the Young Avengers as well. So he could be sitting down at the beginning of every episode telling his grandson, this happened, and you just flash back and show like this little adventure. And they could do like 6 episodes or 8 episodes or whatever, and it's just different stories that leads up to an overall arc that pushes his grandson into becoming the Patriot.
Yep.
Although this is the power of Disney Plus now. This is where they wanted to go. The majority of people love Disney Plus because for what they're bringing to the table right now is something that has not ever been done. It's kind of like this is it. Like
well,
this is
what
they wanted to do.
It's what we dreamed about when they talked. No, I'm saying, but when they talked about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all this stuff, it's what we were talking about. Remember when we were mad about that? Even though I liked it. Because it was a little tie-in to the universe I love, and it's Marvel, so I'm gonna love it. But you guys, you're like, well, why aren't you bringing in these things? Why aren't you doing this? And they're doing it here, and they're giving us movie budget, long form story, and you know we're not having. Yes, we're paying our $6-7 a month. They're getting our money no matter what they do.
Yeah, because they just raised the bill, fuckers.
Yes, they did.
It was a buck, right? It was a buck.
They Netflixed me.
Yeah, they did. They threw that shit at me real hard. I was looking at an email. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, ain't this a bitch?
I
pay like $17 a month for Netflix right now. My wife told me the other day. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's $17.99. I paid 3 years in advance, so I'm still locked in. So I bought a 3-year package.
Good for you.
I think it came up to like $3.25 a month. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pay all that off because I knew you knew it was gonna.
It's not even upsetting though because I'm getting my money's worth. I'm getting
every single week.
Worth. Like,
yeah, guess what? We still have 3 more shows coming from just Marvel.
Yeah,
the Bad Batch.
Star Wars shit coming.
Yeah, say like
Obi-Wan.
I mean, it's gonna be it's definitely worth it for our fandom. I mean, yes, my kids love it. They were watching that John Stamos. No, I didn't watch it yet.
You didn't watch that episode? No, but did you watch the episode from Rebels?
From Clone Wars.
Clone Wars?
Yeah.
Steve, did you watch it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Steve, you gotta watch it, dog. Yo,
he'll go back.
Stop it. You gotta go watch that shit, dog. Yo, I know you will love the Bad Batch.
After Falcon and Winter Soldier's done, now we got a couple months until Loki comes out. So he's got 2 months to go back and catch up on that and Invincible.
But did you finish the Clone Wars?
I plan on it.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No, I didn't finish it. I don't.
That's what we're gonna do. That's what we were talking about because we wanted to rewatch all 7 seasons.
I've probably seen
right now, like
I've probably seen like 30 solid minutes of Clone Wars altogether.
He's watching YouTube clips. But okay, let's get off Clone Wars. So I loved Isaiah's story to Sam because like it's so crazy. Yeah, I mean it's a sad, terrible story. I mean because it's rooted in truth. I mean this happened. He called out when the Tuskegee Airmen in that and they were experimenting. I mean all this shit is true. You just have the tweak with the super soldier serum. You know what I mean? Like that's the saddest part of this. And but when he said to him like no black man would ever want to be Captain America, you just saw Sam's face, and it's like,
which is true. It's true. I mean, who the fuck would want to be captain? Like, it's like who the fuck would want to be president when Obama became president because everybody thought another black dude was gonna get shot and killed. Like nobody wanted that title role because we all thought that hey, if a black man becomes a president, he's gonna get shot. So if a black man becomes Captain America in that reality, it's like, oh well, they're gonna try to kill him, they're gonna try to shit on him, they're gonna try to do all that. So from that standpoint, you have to look at it from that level. But Sam, I mean, we all know what moniker he's going to take up, but, I kind of wish he wouldn't in many different ways because it really isn't a badge of honor at this point in the right now in this era to be a Captain America. Just be yourself, I think, and I kind of wish he wouldn't take on the Captain America. But I mean, that Disney's going to do it because it's comic book shit. I know, I get it, I understand that. But in many ways, at this point, and the level that we're in right now in society, I don't really like it.
But see, Sean, I look at it a little differently because I'm looking at it as
you're looking at it differently from your point.
No, I know, but I'm looking at the episode. I'm looking at the episode and seeing how watching his nephews with the shield, how excited they were for it, like. Every generation they're going to go through their times and through their tribute, but like you said with Obama, like Obama had it and a whole generation of kids grew up looking up to that president. You know what I mean? Like, thank God nothing happened. Yes, and we know we know some fallout because we spent the last 4 years doing what we're doing, but there's a whole generation that knows now they can be president too. There's a whole generation now that knows they can be a CEO of a company. They're seeing all these things. And so what that shows to me is now a whole generation can grow up thinking, not like Isaiah, who was saying, nobody would want that. Nobody would want that. Yes, they can be that. They can be the representation of that and show what it really means. Not what John Walker Captain America means, but like, Steve Rogers type, like, because Steve is an anomaly in itself.
It's true. I am.
Yes, Steve Carlton is an anomaly in itself. But I think it just shows like those kids are going to grow up seeing that's Captain America, the leader of the Avengers. That's who's calling the shots, and that's what you want. I would want that from me. It's the same thing with women. It's the same thing when my girls see, a woman in power, see these movies and see that, they can be superhero. It doesn't have to be just the blonde hair, blue eyed Captain America is the only one who can carry that shield and is the representation of all. Like, America's different now than it was then. And I think that's
it's still racist.
Well, I'm not saying it's not. What I'm saying is America's different now because there's more minorities in roles of power than there was then. But you're right, it still is, and that's what I'm seeing on Twitter. The hate for what's happening right now because of the people are calling the Disney woke culture, and I'm like, you don't read the comics.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
No, but it's not. But we get the comics. You can't play into a comic book that was a couple years ago and how the society is now. Hello, it's from our standpoint, it is kind of now you're fucking woke. Oh, now you want to kind of do it.
No, I'm saying there's internet trolls that hate this stuff that just want it to be the basics. They think that all this stuff is shoehorned in, but this stuff seeds have been planted for this stuff for
Oh
years.
yeah, absolutely. But I still just think it's just. I just don't. I'm not feeling it, but I get it. I understand it because I'm a comic book kid and I know what's going to happen here.
Well, it's hard to see. It's hard to see real life issues played for entertainment. I guess
Right.
that's
Right.
the big part.
Well,
but
and
I get what you're saying.
There was
but at the same time, they're also trying to be relevant and speak to the audience. And there's only so many ways they can do that, Sean. So
yeah, I know. I'm just being, from my mental standpoint. But still, I'm still loving it. Fuck it. I can't say I don't. I fucking love it. It's amazing.
Well, on top of that, though, they did change. I mean, I did some research because I rewatched the first 4 episodes this week, and I started watching some YouTube videos on it because I was just curious on a few things because I started finding some weird anomalies, and I guess there was this whole big plot that was written out of the show about a virus, about a plague, and that's why. Remember, was it the second episode, I believe, when the Flag Smashers were stealing vaccines and shit?
Yeah,
that was supposed to play a bigger role.
Oh, that would have been cool, though.
I think they took.
Yeah, talk about being relevant.
They rewrote it.
I know, right? Like, you can talk about that, but you, like, what?
Well, they rewrote it because COVID hit. I think that's what we were going to get. But it got a little too close to home because now we're...
Can't talk about getting sick, but we can sure talk about racism.
Right. Like,
feels kind of weird.
Just saying.
If you get a cough, we can't really touch that. But systemic racism.
Well, I don't think it's a cough. I think part of it was.
Yeah, right.
I think part of it was a weaponized plague, you guys. Like there's a little bit of difference to and the fact that people.
We've been going through racism for the last almost 100 plus years. All of a sudden we went through a year of a fucking pandemic, and it's like
100?
no.
Sean, you're talking like 400 years.
I wanted to go further back, Steve, but I put 100 on it. You know what I mean? You know how far I'm going back. But I'm just saying, like, we had a year of fucking COVID. Like, come on, man. Like,
well, I think
too soon, Sean. Too soon.
It's not. So you guys are missing the point. It's not that it's too soon. It's the fact that people it's the fact that people think this shit was like manufactured and all the fake news about it.
Why can you never agree with us when we have a
you can't never agree.
No matter what it is.
It's not in my DNA. It's not in my DNA to agree.
He's like, I'm like racism, and Lil's like, well, it's Marvel.
It's a little bit. Like, come on, man. It's like, yo, you know what? You're right, guys.
You know what?
Come on, vibe, bro. Come on,
Keep
man.
it moving. Damn it.
You guys are terrible. All right.
All right, that's it. We all love the show. It's a great show. And I can't wait for the finale.
It's true, but I did love the Bucky and Sam building the boat montage and shit. I thought that was funny.
I know it was a montage, right?
It was.
Like,
listen.
There's two montages.
Bucky
Sam
and
training
his sister had a little.
Oh,
look
of course, yeah.
Right?
You don't let Sam better keep an eye on that because Bucky was, she was sweet on him too. You can see that.
He's like, I'm gonna show you what these middle fingers can do, baby.
I don't know, man, but Bucky might got a little taste of chocolate in him. He was in Wakanda for a while.
And I'm saying, man, he got a little taste of flavor to keep it going.
Yeah, Bucky does. I mean, even John Walker. I mean,
I honestly thought that there was gonna be a little thing between him and the Dora Milaje chick. Like, I thought they was gonna have a little vibe going there.
Yeah, I kind of think they do.
I think so too. You think so?
I mean,
I don't know.
She was like, stay out of Wakanda. He's like, give me a favor, and she's like, okay.
Yeah, she did. She did put under the pressure real quick. But she put a cup on.
But she
he fucking he snaps with that vibranium arm, and she's just like, ooh.
Yeah, but she knew how to take that shit right off. Boop, boop.
She did.
True.
You get in the wrong spot. Boop, boop. Yeah. So, and then also, then we get the end credit scene, and it's John Walker building his own shield out of metal. I don't know what is he using.
So is he gonna get what? It kind of alluded to the fact that he was using his metals, but I'm like, you didn't have that many. So
I think he's just putting the metals in there on the inside to kind of remind him. I don't think it's like he's melting the metals. Because like you saw him spray painting like the big circle, and then you saw the metal
So
going
he's
in.
so what suit are we going to see John Walker in?
Same
next
suit.
week?
He's not getting a new suit. He's not getting a new suit.
Yeah, I say same suit too.
I don't know. Maybe it's black. He's got that black suit in the comics. Maybe we can do that.
Well, they
showed
it. They showed it
fucking suit.
There was a little like there's already a trailer out for it. You see him with the blue suit.
And you see the shitty helmet. I mean the shitty shield because he like kind of welded it. It looks like welded and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I didn't see that. So. All right. Well,
I don't think we're getting a new suit for him until we see him come back later.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree.
I don't think they're killing him. I I mean,
you think so? They might.
I don't think so. I think
he's going to be a part of the. I think he's going to be part of the Thunderbolt or the Dark
He's
Avengers.
going to go to the fucking to the same prison that Zemo went.
He'll be in the raft. Yeah, but Zemo don't like him. Zemo don't like super soldiers.
Zemo doesn't mean shit.
It's true.
Just because Zemo doesn't like him doesn't mean he can't get put in a cell next to him.
It's true. And doesn't mean Zemo won't try to manipulate him and use him for his own shit. Zemo does love doing that shit. So
guess what? Zemo was totally fine with Bucky. Bucky's a super soldier, so
he is now. So. All right. That's it. Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 5. We got one more week left. I am heartbroken. I want more. I
have to stay up until 1:00 in the morning next Thursday because I can't wake up. It's the same with WandaVision. I had to do that for the finale. I cannot wake up and be spoiled until I get home from work. So it's going to be a late night next week.
Yeah. Yep, it will be. So. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for your support. Please subscribe. Please like. Please comment. Let us know your theories, your thoughts. Do you think the Thunderbolts are coming? Do you think they're setting up Young Avengers? Let us know.
Yeah.
This is Lil.
This is Sean.
And this is Steve. And until next time, everybody, keep it geeky.